Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. It is Monday and today we're having chicken tacos. I had gotten pollo asado from Trader Joe's, so it's the first time we're trying it. There was two good-sized chicken breasts, one small one in the package. It was like $6 and maybe 6 cents, I think. But yeah, so we're trying that. I just have some cheese on there. I might put sour cream. I don't think we have anything else, maybe tomatoes. But I just did an ear of corn, throw that in the microwave. And then I did refried beans. I got a can of pinto beans from Trader Joe's. I just cook them right in the pot. I mash them, not all of them. Like I just use the masher. I don't use an immersion blender. And then just added a little bit of salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and cumin. I put a little bit of sour cream. I think I put a little too much because it's a little light. And then a little bit of the cheddar cheese. So that is what's for dinner. Hey everyone, welcome back to another night of What's for Dinner. Tonight I'm trying a new recipe. I forgot, what are they called? French onion Salisbury steak, that's it. So I seen a couple different ways of doing it, and I'm probably gonna mix a few together. But anyways, this is how I'm making it. I have 1 pound of organic ground beef. Obviously you don't need organic. And I don't see why this wouldn't work with any other kind of ground meat, like turkey or chicken. I personally don't like it. Unless it's the all white meat. And then I'm going to use probably a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. I just have plain breadcrumbs. You could use season. We will season this ourselves. I'm going to use some onion powder. And some garlic powder. And then I'm just going to mix this together. And pretty much you're making like hamburger patties with it. So I'm just going to get that all mixed together and make the patties. And we'll be right back. Okay, so here's our patties. We got 6 out of there. It all depends on what size you want. In the meantime, I have the skillet heating up on the stove. And I'm going to cut 2, I'll see how much we have once I cut these. These are kind of small, so maybe 1 large onion. Again, that depends on how much onion you like, but we are making a French onion Salisbury steak, so I think more onion the better, but it's up to you. Alright, so I'm going to cut 2 to 3 of these small onions, and then once, I'll show you the size. I'm cutting them like that. Once the pan is nice and hot, I'm going to put some oil in there, and I'm going to brown up the Salisbury steak patties or hamburger patties, whatever you want to call them. I'll show you how I brown them, and we'll be back. Okay, so my patties are in the pan, and then in this pan right here, I just have some water and potatoes for mashed potatoes. I'm going to do these a couple minutes, probably like 3 to 4 minutes on each side. They're not going to be fully cooked because I want to cook the onions and make like the gravy, of course, and then cook it all together, or finish cooking them in the gravy. So for the gravy, or the sauce, I'm going to use 2½ cups of beef broth, which I don't have actual beef broth, so just use water and better than bouillon beef base. And then I'm going to use some cornstarch. And yeah, I'm just going to wait for these so I can flip them, and then we'll get started with the onions. Okay, so we will take these out. If you have like a high-fat meat, you might need to drain it. This one's fine. This is on medium heat. And I ended up cutting up 3 small onions. But the last onion I cut was extremely small. So I would say a medium to large onion would be fine, depending on how much onion you really want. Do what you want, you know? Alright, so I'm going to saute these on low. I'm probably going to lower this even more. And make sure you salt it, because we don't want color on these. We want to bring out all of the moisture so they caramelize. You can even add a teaspoon of sugar. That'll help. But I'm going to lower this to probably low to medium, something like that. So this should take probably about 10 minutes. Okay, so the onions are pretty good here. We're going to raise it up just a touch to about between low and medium. Now this part's optional. I'm just going to deglaze a little bit with some white wine. You don't have to do that at all. You could just totally use about a 1/4 cup. Just use beef broth and you're fine. And I'm just going to let that cook off for about 2 minutes. Okay, so all of that has cooked off. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my beef broth, and I'm going to keep back maybe a 1/4 cup. About a 1/2 cup. And to that 1/2 cup, I'm going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then once this comes back up to a boil, I am going, well, right now we'll put the meat in. Put your little patties in. So these will continue to cook, because like I said, I took them out before they were finished cooking. Once this comes back up to a boil, we will add the cornstarch. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And just because my aunt always did this with any kind of brown gravy, I'm going to add a little bit of Gravy Master. And that's optional. That was not in the original recipe that I seen. Alright, so we're going to let this come up to a boil, like I said. Okay, so that came up to a boil really quick. And I have my cornstarch slurry here. I'll just pour that in. And we're going to let this sit and finish cooking the onions and finish cooking the meat, probably 5 to 10 minutes or so. And in the meantime, this will thicken up nicely. If you're not going to serve this like over potatoes, or if you like gravy over rice, you could do less gravy. Alright, so I'm just going to put a cover on this, like I said, on medium. Leave it for about 10 minutes. I have some broccoli in the air fryer that I just have to move around. The potatoes are almost done. And as soon as everything... Oh, I have to put the cheese on these once they're all done. I'll show you what that looks like too. Okay, so to top each one of those little patties, I'm going to use the Swiss cheese and Gruyere, because that is what goes on front onion soup. But most of the time, if I can't find this, I just use mozzarella, or you, of course, can use provolone. Any cheese is good, so. I just happened to go to Trader Joe's this past weekend, and theirs is very good. I also have heard that Aldi's sells their own version, and I think that one's supposed to be good too. I'm going to put the cover on that for probably 1 minute, let that melt, and then I will show you what our plates look like. I'll insert a picture. Hey everyone, welcome back to another night of What's for Dinner. I completely forgot to start filming, so you're not going to see me cooking anything, but I really didn't do like a recipe per se. I just grilled some ribs out on our barbecue. I did a little soy sauce, brown sugar, onion, and garlic powder. Those are baby back ribs. Then over here I just sauteed some yellow squash, zucchini, and onions. And then this was something we had when we got our pig. It's fresh jowl meat or pork cheek. So I grilled that as well. I've never had that before, so we'll see how that turned out. And over here, it's hard to see, but I got 3 sweet potatoes in there. My father-in-law's over for dinner, and I'll show you what our plates look like. And that's what's for dinner. Hey everyone, welcome back to Melissa's Kitchen Table. Tonight we had a really quick and easy dinner. My husband actually made it. He just grilled some pork chops. He roasted the baby cauliflower from Trader Joe's that we get all the time with a little bit of olive oil and salt. And a while back we got a box of Idahoan potatoes from Costco, I believe it was, or BJ's, I can't remember which. And these are just the scallop potatoes. And that is what's for Saturday night dinner, and that will wrap up another week of What's for Dinner. If you have any recipe ideas, you can leave them down below. We might be able to try them in an upcoming What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye!